What's going on, people? Mr. Olin's here. Thank you very much for sending all your work in yesterday. It was fantastic. The assessments, people have done a lot better than I thought, so well done. Because obviously it's really hard to teach from home, so I wasn't sure how much all of you would have kind of learned, but it's amazing that you've obviously been working really hard. So well done, everybody. Now we are moving on to a new unit today, which is all about volume, okay? It's quite difficult to kind of teach you volume because it's all about how much space an object takes up. So it's important really when you're teaching it to have it in front of you, have the volumes in front of you, but have the objects in front of you. But obviously we can't do that at the moment. So and for you to be able to hold it and things like that. So I've done my best to try and give you some sort of understanding, but if you are struggling with it, don't worry so much. I'm going to try and get hold of some. So that should be good. Right, have a fantastic lesson. Please send all your work to year5@greenwich.ch.uk. Goodbye, enjoy the lesson. Right, so what are you going to need for the lesson? You're going to need something to write with and paper. And as I always say at this point, if you do not have these things, please pause the video, go and get them as they are very important for today's lesson, and then press play when you're ready to continue. Excellent. So I lied today as I can calculate the volume of different shapes, and the date is the 10th of the 6th, 2020. So your first task is to write the LR and the date at the top of the page. So please pause the video, complete that task, and then press play when you're ready to continue. Excellent. And our success criteria, remember success criteria are steps to achieving our objective, which is this. And our steps are, I know that the volume is the area which an object takes up. I know that if a shape is made up of cubic centimeter blocks, I can add up the blocks to find the volume. And then the last step is I know that to calculate the volume of a solid shape, I need to do length times width times height. Excellent. Now we're going to do our recap. Remember, recap is very important to strengthen our understanding. So we've got 3 questions for you. How many hours are there in a day? How many years are there in 30 months? If 23 times 10 equals 230, what is 230 times 10? Okay, so please pause the video, complete these questions underneath the align the date, and then press play when you're ready to go through them. Excellent. So, how many hours are there in a day? Okay, there are 24 hours in a day. How many years are there in 30 months? Okay, there are 2 years and 6 months. Now, the way I work that out is because I know that in 1 year, there are 12 months. Okay, in 2 years, there are 24 months. Okay, and then if I was to add another 12 months, okay, that would be 36 months. That'd be 3 years, but we don't want 36 months. We only want 30 months, okay? So 12 months is 1 year, 24 months is 2 years, so then we need to work out how many extra months we have, okay, and that's 6, so it's 2 years and 6 months. Now, if 23 times 10 is equal to 230, what is 230 times 10? Okay, now to work this out, it's very simple. We've done this many times before. Okay, this calculation and this calculation are very similar. There's only one difference. Here we have 23 and here we have 230. So if you find the difference between those two numbers, then it's very easy to work out the answer. So 230 is 10 times bigger than 23, which means that the answer, this answer is going to be 10 times bigger. So 10 times 230 is 2,300. Okay, so that's how you get to the answer. Now, I'm sure most of you got that right. If you didn't, don't worry. Maybe look over that video again, or go back to the video when we did this, or send me an email, or go on Google, or anything. Okay, fantastic. Right, let's move on. Right, so our lesson today is all about volume. We did touch on this before when we were doing litres, but we're going to really focus on this now. So this is our new unit, people. Right, what is volume? Now, to know what volume is, it's important to know what capacity is. Okay, now capacity is the amount, okay, that a container can hold together. So if you think about this, okay, the capacity of this bottle is how much liquid can fit inside here. That is the capacity, okay? So the capacity is from here all the way to here. Now the volume, okay, is the amount of space which is taken up by the object, in this case liquid, okay? So the volume is the actual amount that the object inside the bottle takes up. Okay, so the capacity is the total space we have in here. Now, and then the volume is the amount that our object has taken up, which in this case is liquid. Okay, so that is what volume is. Right, how do we calculate the volume? Okay, now there are a few different ways. Now, the first way you can calculate volume, okay, is by counting up the centimeter cubes. Okay, now you can only do this if the shape is made out of centimeter cubes, right? So these three shapes are all made out of centimeter cubes. So the way we can find out the volume of them is just by counting up the centimeter cubes. So I'm going to do these for you, and then you're going to go and do some yourself. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. So this is 1. So actually what I'll do is I will not do that because that's not going to work. Right, so I'm just going to count them up. So 1, 2, and then you've got one at the back, 3, 4, and then we've got 5, 6, 7, and then you can't see that one, but there must be another one at the back. Okay, it says 8. Okay, so that would be 8 centimeters cubed. Okay, that's the volume is 8 centimeters cubed of this one. Now we go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then there'll be 3 in the middle, 13, 14, 15, and then 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So this one will be 27 centimeters cubed. Now, for example, here, if we look at this one here, this is 1 centimeter cubed, and then there's 2 and 3, okay? Now you can't see them, but you just know that they are there, okay? Because if you see here, you can see 3 here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that means it's going to be the same there, and then it's going to be the same there. It's just kind of hard to see. So here's 27 centimeters cubed. Now for this one, it's kind of easy. You can see it better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is 20 centimeters cubed, and this will tell you that. Okay. 8 centimeters cubed, 20 cubes, and 27 cubes. Okay, 27 cubes. Okay, so that is how you calculate the volume if the shape is made of cubes, centimeter cubes. Okay. Right. Now, what you are going to do is you are going to find out, okay, what the volume of these two shapes are. Now, Superstars and Bluezone, you're both going to do this, okay? So, to work out the volume of this shape, okay, you just need to count how many centimeter cubes there are, and in the volume of this shape, you need to find out how many centimeter cubes there are. Now, remember, for a lot of these, you might not easily just be able to see it, so you need to think, right, if there's 2 here, that means there's going to be 2 in the middle, and then there's going to be 2 at the end. Okay, so you need to think, right? So, pause the video, work out the volume, and then press play when you're ready to go through these. Excellent, welcome back, people. Right, so I'm going to go through this with you now. Get my lovely drawing pen out, if it works. So, right, let's start with this one. So, we've got 1 centimeter cube here, 1 here, and 1 here. So we've got 3 centimeter cube, another one there, 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 another one there. So now I just add them up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so this is 15 centimeters cubed. And then with this one, okay, do the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, and then 1, 2, okay, and then we've got 3, and then there's 1 behind, so 4, I'm going to put 2 there just so you know, okay, then the same here, 1, 2, All right, so then we go 1, 2, and then again 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we just count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. Okay, so this one is 36 centimeters cubed. Excellent. Now, if you struggled with that, okay, don't worry too much about it. So we're going to have lots and lots and lots and lots of practice doing this. Okay, so it's not a problem. Okay. Now, another way we can calculate the volume of a shape is by multiplying the width by the length by the height. Okay, I'm going to show you this now. Right, so here we have a shape. Okay, now to measure the volume of this shape, okay, instead of counting up every single one, okay, what we can do is we can multiply the length by the width by the height. Okay, so the length here is this, okay, the length of the shape. So we multiply 4, okay, by the width. This is the width by 3. Okay, so 4 times 3 is 12. And then we're going to multiply 12 by the height, okay, which is 3. So 12 times 3 would be 36, okay? So that's another way we can work out that. Okay, now we're going to do another one. Okay, here, okay, we are going to do the same thing. So the length is 5, so we're going to do 5 times the width, which is, sorry, I've got that wrong. Yeah, sorry, we're going to do the length, which is 5, times the width, which is 5. Okay, so 5 times 5 is 25. And then we're going to do 25 times 4, that's the height. Okay, and that would give us 100. Yeah. Excellent. Now, this is a little question for you. Does it change the answer if you multiply in a different order? Okay, so for example, what we do is we do width times length times height. But what happens if we do width times height times length? Okay, what would we do? Okay, so if we did 4 times 5 times 5, would that be different to 5 times 5 times 4? So pause the video now, have a think to yourself, and then press play when you're ready to go through it. Okay, welcome back, people. It would make absolutely no difference, okay? So if we did 4 times 5 is 20, okay? 20 times 5 is 100. And that's the same as 5 times 5, 25, 25 times 4, which is 100, so it's the same difference, okay? Excellent. So, superstars, you're now going to have a go at this. So, as we know, okay, to work out the volume, okay, we need to do the width times the length times the height, okay? So, I've created this table for you, which I hope is going to help you. So, you're going to find out the volume of each of these shapes, okay? So, the first thing that you need to do is find out what the width is, what the height is, and what the length is. So I'm going to do the first one for you. Okay, so with this shape here, get a lovely red. So we're going to do this one. Okay, so what is the width? Okay, remember the width is this side. So the width, I'm just going to count them, 1 and 2. Okay, so the width is going to be 2. So I'm going to write 2 centimeters cubed in there. Okay, the 3 would normally be higher up, but I can't do that right now. Okay, so let's go back to the drawing again, my lovely drawing. Excellent. So then we need to know what the height is. So the height's going up. So the height is 1, 2. Okay, so the height is 2. Excellent. So now we're going to put 2 in. Actually, it's not in cubes, it's just 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, yeah. And then the length is this way. So let's go again. The length would be 1 and then 2. Okay, so the length is 2. Okay, and then, so we've got our width, height and length for shape A, okay, and then the volume is going to be the width times the length, which is, so 2 times 2 is 4, and then 4 times the height, which is 2, 4 times 2, so that's going to be 8, okay. So then our answer is in centimeters cubed, okay, so just put 3 there, okay. And that is how you will do it, okay? So superstars, now I want you to do B and C, okay? So pause the video, complete that task, and then press play when you are ready to continue. Excellent, welcome back superstars. So this is what you should have, okay? Okay, you shouldn't have all these 3s here. That's an error by Mr. Olins. I apologize. There we go, okay? So these should be your answers, right? So the volume of A is 8, we did that together. The volume of B is 12 centimeters squared, cubed, sorry. And then the volume of C is 20 centimeters cubed, right? Superstars, you've now got another task, okay? I want you to find the volume of these 4 shapes. Now, you've got 2 options for each one. Okay, so this one is either 4 or 8. This one is either 25 or 27. This one is either 40 or 42 centimeters cubed. And this one is either 16 or 12 centimeters cubed. Now, if I was you, I would use the table again. So create another table and do the same thing. But if you think you can do it without it, then that is fine. So please pause the video, complete that task, superstars, and then press play when you are ready to continue. Excellent, welcome back superstars. So the volume of this one is 8 centimeters cubed. This one is 27 centimeters cubed. This one is 12 centimeters cubed. And this one is 40 centimeters cubed. Now superstars, if you really struggle with that, okay, look over the video again or send me an email so I can give you some support, but I'm sure most of you got that absolutely correct. Excellent, Bluezone. These are your questions, okay? I need you to find me the volume of these 4 shapes. Now, superstars, if you want to go, that is fine. I would advise doing these, but if you want to go, that's fine. So if you're going, well done today. Please send me your work. If you're staying, hooray. So, Bluezone, you're going to find the volume of these 4 shapes. So please pause the video, complete that task, and then press play when you are ready to continue. Excellent. So, the volume of this shape, okay, is 36 centimeters cubed. And it's very important that you have the centimeters cubed, okay. B is 216 centimeters cubed. C is 9 centimeters cubed. So for this one, you couldn't do the length times width times height, okay. So what you needed to do was just to count them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Okay, and it's probably hard for you to see that there's 1 behind there, 1 there, but that's what you need to be able to realize. And then D is 14. You have to do the same thing. So counting them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, okay? Not easy, but, and it's much easier to do when you can see it in real life, but obviously we can't do that at the moment, which is a shame, okay? So, that is that. Now, Bluezone, you have a challenge to do today, and this is your challenge, okay? Right, so this cube is 8 centimeters, the volume of it is 8 centimeters cubed, okay? Now, the dimensions of a shape refer to its measurement in a particular direction. In this case, we have measured the cube's length with width and height. Okay. Now, if we were to change the dimensions of this cube and double them, okay, what would the volume be? Okay. So if we were to double all of these measurements, what would the volume be? Okay, so that is your task. So pause the video, complete the task, and then press play when you are ready to continue. Excellent. So what would the length be? What would the width be? What would the height be? Okay, so double the length would be 4 centimeters. 2 times 2 is 4. Double the width would be 4. 2 times 2 is 4. And double the height would be 4. 2 times 2 is 4. So then you just do the same procedure, okay, which would be length times width times height. So you just do 4 times 4, which is 16, and then 16 times 4, which is 64 centimeters cubed. Okay, so that is that. Excellent, superstars. Okay, there you go. The dimensions were doubled. The volume of the cube would be 64 centimeters cubed. Excellent. I hope everyone had a good lesson there and an introductory lesson to volume. I understand it's quite difficult to understand these things when you don't have it in front of you. It's very important, but obviously we have to do what we can. So have a fantastic day. Please make sure you send all your work to year5@grange.harrow.ch.uk, and I look forward to seeing it. Goodbye, people.